The Peloponnese was not just the cradle of ancient Greece. It was also where the modern state of Greece was born, in the War of Independence against the Ottoman Empire. When that war was only half won, the town of Nafplion became the first modern Greek capital before Athens. The Greek fight for freedom was a long, hard struggle. But far longer and harder were the centuries of defeat and decay before it. Conquerors came and went. Romans, Goths, Slavs, Crusaders, Venetians, and Genoese all sought the Peloponnese as a prize and used it as a battleground. Their ghosts still haunt the ruins of their magnificent castles, and the tales of their deeds are now part of the legends of the countryside. But even today, not all of them are deserted. Monemvasia, this Greek Gibraltar, is still very much alive and still produces its famous Malmsey wine. Further inland, Mistras, the medieval city near ancient Sparta, lies utterly in ruin, and only the beautiful Byzantine churches have survived the destruction of time, war, and neglect. In the far south of the Peloponnese is the hardest land in all Greece, the thin, dry finger of rock called the Mani. In the stony Mani, life has always been a bitter struggle. Traditionally, people had to fight for their existence here. Village against village, clan against clan, house against house. So the women wore black most of their lives, and the Miraloi, or threnody, was the predominant feature of Maniot song and poetry. The dry, grey, forbidding landscape of the Mani is somehow counterbalanced by the fantastic shapes and colours one finds inside its caves. The Diras caves are considered among the 3 most beautiful in the world. hardness of Mani life bred a fierce independence. A century and a half ago, Maniotes were among the first heroes of Greece's modern fight for freedom. In fact, the Maniotes claim to have started the independence struggle with an uprising that began in this church in the town of Kalamata. The people of this town, Tripoli, are proud to claim that their town was one of the first to be freed from the conquerors. And most Peloponnesian provinces have their own favorite heroes of the War of Independence. It was here, in the lovely bay of Navarino, that the outcome of the war was settled, when the combined fleets of Britain, France, and Russia sailed in to sink the Turkish fleet in 1827. Today, boatmen will still take you out to see the remains of the sunk ships beneath the clear water. In their grave, you can see where modern Greece truly began, in battle, alongside its foreign friends. The birth of a new Greece brought the old Greece back to life as well. The restoration of classical Greek drama at the great theatre of Epidavros has become one of the glories of every Greek summer. Tonight it is the Greek actor Alexis Minotis in Sophocles' famous tragedy Oedipus Rex. 2,500 years ago, when Oedipus was first doomed to act out his tragedy, to kill his father, to marry his mother, and to tear out his eyes in remorse. It's perhaps the best known of all Greek dramatic legends.
Με κατάρα τους μέδεσε γάμους. Με τη μητέρα σου αλήθεια όπως άκουσα, κακονόμαστη κλείνει η μερά σου. Με θάνατός μου εμένα τα ακούω κι αυτές οι δυο οι δικές μου. Θυγατέρες, κατάρα διπλή. Απ' της ίδιας με μένα, της μάνας τη γιαγιά γεννηθήκανε. Κι έτσι σου είναι λοιπόν θυγατέρες ή ποιες? Και μαζί και αδερφές του πατέρα του. Ναι, φρίκι, δίχως να ξέρω τι έκανα σκότωσα. Κι έτσι απ' τον νόμο είμαι αθώος.
Drama at Epidavros revives the most sublime inspirations of the Greek past. But one other rediscovery of the ancient world in the Peloponnese has won a more universal modern welcome. The ceremonial flame for every modern Olympic Games is lit here at the ancient stadium of Olympia, where the first games were held more than 2,700 years ago. The ceremony deliberately recalls the classical games, when wars were stopped and quarrels set aside so that all Greeks could enjoy their common heritage in peace. ideal that may be unobtainable, but has never died. The vision of man's unity in peace and his eventual perfection. Now, the symbolic truce has been extended to embrace the entire world.